Yeah, I'm guessing I'm back. Well, at least Keanu Reeves is, not me. John Wick Chapter 4 review. Any movie that makes you start off saying, ooh, like, dang. Or at least your whole entire row in the movie theater is all like, dang, that's a good action movie. That's what we want to see. We want to see people get shot up, beat up, and we want to see John Wick also get shot at and beat up. This movie is the antithesis. I'm going to leave that in there because I don't know if I said it right. Antithesis? That's what I get for trying to use the word. I'm not familiar with that much. Anyway, this movie is a great action film starring Keanu Reeves, of course. We've got my boy Lawrence Fishburne in there. And man, this movie is action-packed. But not only is it just action-packed, it's a beautiful cinematography exploit. I mean, the way that Chad Stahelski and his team, and whoever his cinematographer is, I probably should look that up. But if you know, drop it in the comments. But I really enjoyed the imagery of this film. I feel that they were like, okay, each one of these films throughout this entire saga has been beautiful. But I think in this one, they were like, hey, can we make it even more beautiful? Like, what if Michelangelo did an action piece, right? Or Picasso, or maybe even Basquiat in some forms. Maybe not Basquiat, but these great photos. Speaking of which, now that I think about it, there are moments in the film where they actually are in front of some beautiful paintings. And I think some of those paintings were used as references for some of the shots in this film, because some of these films and some of the locations actually are just so beautiful. From the sky to the color grading of sand and mountains and things in the background, it blends so perfectly to the John Wick franchise, and I think that's a staple to this franchise that's always needed. Even some of the frames. There's a frame where there's like a giant castle that we're looking at, and there's these steps leading up to the castle, and the sky in the background is so beautiful. I actually stopped and was like, dang, that's really nice. So we got to kick it off with our boy Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is back in the suit. He's still trying to take down the high table. And man, I feel like the John Wick character is such a brand now that I feel that it's bigger than Neo. I feel that the Matrix and Neo is always going to be what it is. But I now think that John Wick has become on par, if not just a little bit above the Neo persona and where it is in pop culture. I know it's because it's the biggest thing out right now, but there's children now who only know of John Wick. Well, I don't know if children should be watching these movies, but at a point there will be. And as someone who's seen the Matrix movies in theaters and has now seen John Wick, I feel like John Wick is Keanu's like bread and butter. Like, this character, it doesn't resonate with me as a person per se, but I think it just fits. If you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. If you don't, then, I try my best to explain it in this video. But besides him in the film, the cast continues to be great. Keanu Reeves, for one, man, for someone, not even just, I don't want to say at his age, but the dedication at his age and the wherewithal to say, all right, cool, I'm going to go ahead and put on this suit and we're going to do these stunts. Because, man, I tell you, John Wick, I know he's not under the high table, but what is their insurance plans for assassins? Do assassins get insurance plans, or do they just pay? Do they have a secret society of dentists? Right? You go in there, you slip the little lady at the front desk a gold coin. She's like, we got you. But then I don't know if I could trust it, because then when you're excommunicado, you know what I'm saying? They try to slap. Anyway, I digress. Lawrence Fishburne, Lance Reddick, rest in peace, and Ian McShane. I think seeing Lawrence Fishburne just on screen with Keanu Reeves, for some reason, maybe it's the nostalgia thing of the Matrix, and he's just like, man, I just love seeing him. And he's just having a good time. He just laughs. As the king, he's just laughing. He's just enjoying life. But he's also needed. At first, I was like, he doesn't really have anything to do. But then I rethought it, and as I was watching this film, I was like, man, John Wick wouldn't have the stuff that he has. He's your underground plug. He is the plug. He's the literal plug, right? He comes up with the suits. He got guns. He got the bullets. And he got the hideouts. Like, you can't find him. And he has the best interests. interests into each scene is what I should say. You know, he's coming into the scene. He talking loud. He boisterous. He like, look, I'm homeless. I ain't worried about nobody. Who finna come get me? I'm still the king. So I enjoy Lawrence Fishburne's character. Lance Reddick is always great as the concierge, and I think we pay more attention to him now in his passing. And I just kind of want to say that, man, I enjoyed him even more just watching the film. My heart was a little bit more every time I saw him, saw his face. I respected it. I definitely paid attention a lot more. And I don't want to say that, hey, because he died, I'm now paying more attention to his character, which we always have. We loved him for being a character, but I think just it's so fresh in our minds that it just made me pay extra attention to when he was on screen. And I enjoyed him. And of course, Ian McShane, as the manager at the hotel that Lance Reddick's character is working at, Ian McShane is... he's one of those characters that I feel like this just fits for him. I'm okay with just seeing him carry on, and he's got some good moments in here too. He's got some good one-liners that jump off. So I really enjoyed that main core of continued cast that goes on. But as far as newbies go, Donnie Yen, Hiroyuki Sanada. Correct me if I say it wrong. I want to say Hiroyuki as two, but maybe I'm saying it wrong. But Sanada, and then you've got Rina Sawayama, as well as Natalia Tenya. Natalia, I think, is from Game of Thrones, and she was in Harry Potter. I always like seeing her. She's great. But Donnie Yen's character. Man, this guy needs maybe his own franchise, and we'll talk about, you know, spin-offs and franchises from John Wick at the end of this. But I think Donnie Yen definitely needs an action franchise because he's so good. He's so good on screen. He's so good on with physical movement. And they even do some callbacks. There's some moves he pulls from IP Man or Ip Man, whatever way you want to call it. There's some moves that he pulls out. But I think the way that Chad Stahelski and the stunt team pull together some of the ways in which he fights is really great. Now, I will say this. At the beginning of the film, his acting slightly took me out of the movie, just for a little bit. But as the movie progressed, man, was he a scene stealer. Like, I was like, man, this is great. And even in some of his scenes, he's in the dark. And this is also a tribute to the cinematography and the way they shot this film. There's some scenes that he's in the dark and he just feels super cool. He's got that cool edginess. And there's some moments between him and Hiroyuki Sanada's character that I was like, I want more of this. This is what I want to see. I'm not really, diving into the plot. We know what John's going after. He's going after the high table and he's got to go through all of this. I want to see these guys go at it, and they did not disappoint. Rina Sawayama also pulled out some great stunts. There are some moments where I was like, man, and she looks really great on screen, just to me. I mean, I thought she pulled off this really great... It wasn't super emotional, but I felt her, if that makes sense. Like, I just made a joke to myself in my head. I felt her character coming off on screen, and she really did a great job portraying her feelings. I don't want to give away much about her character. If you ain't watched it yet, this ain't too spoilery, but I really enjoyed her character and what she brought to the table. Again, there's some other great characters in here along the way, and I feel like the rest of the cast, in the moments that they were needed for, brought some great aspects to John's journey in this one. But the standout of this film is Shamir Anderson. And I hope I said his name right. But Mr. Anderson, another Matrix reference, he plays a tracker, which now, once you see the film, you're going to... Maybe we'll come back and discuss this at a later point. But I want to know, like, are the trackers like a separate faction? Because they're not necessarily assassin. Or is he? Or is he a tracker of assassins? Like, I really didn't understand. But I think he brought such a great opponent. Maybe that's the word. Maybe he's a great opponent for John. Because I think that he brought a respectability of, okay, all right, who is this kid? You're new, but you ain't nothing to mess with. You know what you're doing. And when you first see him on screen, you kind of enjoy him. He's got some funny, quick one-liners here and there. He's got the dog with him. So, dog always touches your heart in the film because, it's John Wick now. And they make a call back to the first film in that. So definitely keep your eye out open for that. But with his character and what he's looking to do. I'm interested now in where he's from, because I feel like they maybe didn't tie that up and they just left that loose for where his character is from, where his character could be going, and what that means in the future for this whole situation with the high table. That's what I think in this film. So I was definitely excited to see him, but I'm definitely interested if they decide, hey, we're gonna make a story or another movie about this guy and it's super action packed as this one was. Man, I will say his personal fighting scenes were like, man, but definitely he could shoot a gun. All right, definitely he took some training. And that dog, sometimes you think about a dog, but man, I remember walking home as a kid and you hear the little chain rattling or something like that, and you think a dog's gonna get loose and you take off. There's something about a dog. So now a dog that's in combat trained, I don't care if I got a gun, I'm probably running it off site, just off the instinct, just because I know I'm running off site. I'm not staying. Next thing after that is Bill Skarsgård. I don't care what you say. The wardrobe team was like, ha, hold my beer. You like these suits? You like John's suit? Let me give you a villain who can dress. Matter of fact, I don't even know if Bill Skarsgård dressed himself for these films. I feel like he got up, they showered him, they cleaned him up, they snipped his hair, and then they put my man in a suit piece by piece. The fabric, the thread count on these freaking coats and pants, my man was super clean. I mean, I was like, do you even dry clean that? Do you dry clean those? What do you take that or does he just wear them once? And then I was like, is that gold? Is that real gold in his outfits? If you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. I'm like, is that real gold flakes? And you want a good villain who dresses well, but who also is, not campy, but makes good on his threats. And there are moments in where his outfits match each scene. If you pay attention to the scene that he's in and the outfits that he's in, it's like he knows what's on his he knows what's on his schedule. And he goes to the closet and he says, putting on that one today. That's gotta match the aesthetic. It's like his whole life is his actual Instagram feed. That does not meet my aesthetic. But this does. And boy, oh boy, I actually should look into the wardrobe team and see how they dressed this man. And the outfits that he was wearing as an actor, if I was Bill, you may not have seen one of them suits back. There was this one that he wore, it was red. It had like red top and I think the bottom was blue. That ain't coming back. I don't know what happened. After we got done filming that day, I don't know. I don't know where that suit is. I'll get back to you if I find it. What you mean you missing the suit? I put it back on the rack. I gave it back to the assistant. I'll get the assistant maybe a couple dollars or something. I'm kidding. Maybe. Either way, I'll tell you what. The whole film is a great film from start to finish. It's what you want to see in an action film. It also sometimes feels like an action video game. You're playing through it, and some moments you can probably even imagine yourself controlling John Wick. Or even some of the other characters. Even now that I think about that, I'm like, man, they should definitely make a John Wick game that's really super cool. I heard there's one out, but it's not like an actual like God of War level type game. I mean like a full-on third-person, first-person shooter with Teflon suits, right? In the middle of Paris in the street. Flipping guys off of motorcycles and into oncoming traffic. I don't know, maybe. But I think Chad Stahelski definitely was like, hey, look, we are going to tell the action story. And can you imagine the room when they're sitting there coming up with ideas like, oh, what if we have John, in his car fighting all these French dudes and he's got to run up these steps. He gets knocked out of a building and then he has to go to this place. And then also, too, before I finish, where are the police? Where is law enforcement? Not even just law enforcement. The people around, like just general civilization, seems to just be like, oh, crap. Yeah, so anyway, Cheryl, look. So tomorrow I got to go to up here. They over there fighting and shoot. Like nobody is playing. There's a club scene where there's just madness going all around. And people are going, oh, my God. It hasn't worn off yet. Keep it going. Y'all just gonna keep on dancing throughout the whole. There's a guy, he just got stabbed in the chest, fam. And we still dancing. There were parts where I was just looking at I was looking at the background the entire time. I just wanted to see what the people in the background were doing. Like, nobody's running out. This must happen every other Thursday night in this club. Oh, dang. They killing people in here again. All right, cool. Hey, bartender, can I get another one? Should you wait to see this film? Well, why wait, Chris? What do you think? I think you should. I think you should go ahead and check it out. Should I wait to streaming? No, I think you're going to watch it again on streaming because the John Wick movies are always great to sit and watch. It's a great action film. But I don't think you should wait to go ahead and check it out in theaters. I think you'll have a great time. Again, it's easy to go ahead and just turn off the brain a little bit and just woo your way through this movie because there are some definitely great scenes. You definitely should check it out. And that's my review of John Wick 4. I am JohnWick Chris. I appreciate you taking your time out to come and check out this review. I'll try my best to go ahead and make some more reviews. It's been a minute since I've done one. So if you've made it this far through this video and you're still watching me, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you. Click the like button if you don't mind. Why? Because, you know, it's a whole algorithm thing. You know, the video gets shown to other people. And then if you feel like, hey, I'm going to hold you accountable, JohnWick Chris, to go ahead and make some more reviews because I enjoy you did this one, then I would ask that you comment. Throw that in the comments and also subscribe. What does it hurt? Just throw the subscribe on there. Leave your comments. That definitely will get me off my behind to go ahead and make some more reviews because I enjoy talking about movies and I hope you do too. And maybe you got some totally different points of the movie yourself. You went to go see it this weekend and you were like, man, it's cool. John Wick 3 was way better because A, B, C, and D. Do that. I appreciate that, man, because what else am I doing? My life. A whole bunch of other stuff, but you know, they will save that for another video. I appreciate you. Thank you. And be on the lookout for more videos. And if you're watching this at a later date and there are more videos, check out more videos somewhere around here where the button is going to play it. Thank you. Peace. God bless.